Their calling was to serve, and our duty is to remember. This is our theme for this year's Veterans Day program at Marysville Junior Senior High School. In exactly 235 days, the United States of America will celebrate its 250th birthday. For 250 years, our freedoms were made possible because of men and women like those seated before us. We are incredibly grateful that our veterans and their families are here today to help us know that they have done their part, and it's now our part to remember them. Thank you, and please help me in giving a warm Bulldog welcome to these men and women here in front of us to our Marysville Veterans Day program. Our guest speaker today is Jeffrey Metz. He joined the service in 1985 and retired in 2021. In that time, he served in the Army Reserve as a medic and in the Air National Guard as a non-destructive inspector on F-16s and F-4s. Sergeant Metz moved to active duty in the Army as a medic and lived in Germany for 4 years, where in 1991, he was deployed to northern Iraq as a part of Operation Provide Comfort. After this assignment, he was reassigned to Fort Rucker, Alabama for Aeromedical Flight School, which was followed by an assignment to Fort Bragg, North Carolina with 82nd Medevac. For a short time, Mr. Metz got out of the Army, but after 9/11, he rejoined the Kansas Army National Guard in Marysville, Kansas, as a multi-launch rocket system crew member. In 2006, he went to Active Guard Reserve as a Readiness and Training NCO and was deployed to Iraq with A Battery 2nd 130th Field Artillery. During this assignment, he was also deployed to Sinai in Egypt. After 27 years of active service, Sergeant Metz retired in 2021 with multiple awards and recognitions. Currently, Mr. Metz lives in Washington, Kansas, with his wife of 29 years, Jennifer. They have 5 children and 10 grandchildren. Please give a Bulldog welcome to Mr. Jeffrey Metz.
Well, that was wonderful. Thank you very much. Almost forgot my glasses. This could be a long speech if I don't have my glasses. You know, I can see this. We don't want that. I would like to start out by applauding, and I think the veterans ought to applaud, the Marysville High School and the faculty here. This is fantastic. Today, we gather to honor and remember the men and women who have bravely served our nation in uniform. Veterans Day is more than just a date on the calendar. It is a solemn reminder of the courage, dedication, and sacrifice that our veterans have shown in defense of our freedom and values. Our veterans come from all walks of life, united by a common love for this country and a commitment to service that transcends individual differences. They have faced adversity with resilience, stood up for the ideals of democracy, and protected the liberties we cherish. Let us take this opportunity not only to thank our veterans, but to reflect on the debt of gratitude we owe them. Their service has secured our way of life. Their sacrifices have inspired us to strive for unity, compassion, and respect for one another. On behalf of our community, I extend my deepest thanks to every veteran, past and present, and to their families. Your bravery does not go unnoticed, and your legacy will forever be honored. Right now, I have a short story. When I was in Giebelstadt as a medic, 1991, I was deployed. I was working as headquarters battalion, 4th Brigade, 3rd Infantry Division. We got deployed with 66 Cav, an Apache battalion out of Schweinfurt. Their mission in northern Iraq, a little town called Zaku, was to clear out the remainder of the Saddam's army so the Kurdish refugees could come back down out of the mountains. They came by the thousands, like refugees usually do. It was called Operation Provide Comfort. While we were in Zaku, as the medics supporting the 6-6 Cav, we got an opportunity to go down to the hospital and work at the hospital in Zaku. This young gentleman is 16-year-old. He's dying of leukemia, I think it was leukemia, dysentery, and malnutrition. This young man, we got there one day, and he had just got his foot run over by a big truck. I think he wound up almost losing his foot. It wasn't good. There was a room in Zaku, in the hospital, that we got to help with. They called it the feeding room, where the women from town would bring their babies. Sorry. They were malnourished, dysentery, and dying. We would lose up to 5 children a day. I'm sorry. Sometimes scars are visible. But on a lighter side, our doctor, in his infinite wisdom, one day decided to take a trip in this taxi that we'll say we acquired it from the city of Zaku. Or borrowed it, I guess. So he loaded up 3 medics in his taxi. And he wanted to go see a town called Adamia, 2 hours to the east of Zaku. And we loaded up supplies, medical supplies, food, water, and we headed out. Along the way, we stopped at a couple of camps along the way that had makeshift hospitals in them. This little fella here is about 4 years old, believe it or not. He did not make it. This is just dysentery and malnutrition. And along the way, we stopped. Oh, yeah. We had to stop and check out the car because we didn't realize that the Allies had actually bombed all of the roads that well. So we took the car, our taxi, we did a Dukes of Hazzard thing through a ditch or through the taxi. Shot down in it and back out the other side. We had to stop, check the car out, and realize, well, there's Alamadea. It's a 1,500-foot plateau that overlooks a wadi. And a wadi is basically a body of water that used to be there, or a river that used to be there. But I think everybody in the car shrunk about a quarter of an inch, because as soon as we went down into the thing, our heads all crammed into the top of the car. I think we shrunk about a quarter of an inch. We got the car all checked out. Headed down the road, there's another encampment, or another refugee camp, kind of a refugee camp. We got to Alamadea, up onto there's one road up and there's one road down. We got up there, and there's no one. There's not a soul around. We don't see anybody. All about, 3 or 4 minutes goes by, and some kids started coming out. So the kids started coming out, and they say what they say. Hey, mister, you give me. You give me. So we broke apart some memories. Gave them some stuff. And this was the last picture I was able to take. Because shortly after this picture was taken, we were surrounded by Marines. We go, uh-oh, we must be in the wrong place. And the Marine lieutenant grabbed the captain, and he said, who are you, and what in the hell are you doing here? So the captain explained to him what we were doing there. We were just basically out joyriding. That Marine lieutenant said, "Sir, you get those medics back in that car and you get back to where you came from right now. You are 5 miles behind enemy lines." Captain was like, "Okay." We got back in the car, and the captain got in, and he just turned to us and goes, "Whoops." So took off back towards Zaku. Hightailed it back to Zaku. Needless to say, by the time we got back to Zaku, the colonel and the sergeant major were waiting on us. Yeah, they took the poor captain in and they chewed his butt right off. Oh, yeah, he got a heck of an ass chewing. But the worst part about the whole deal was we lost our car. We couldn't go downtown anymore. I'd like to encourage the young folks here, especially if you're considering joining the military. Sit down with a veteran and listen to their story. God knows we all love to tell stories, don't we? Yeah. Someone once said, if they wrote a book about your life, would anyone want to read it? George Washington said, the willingness with which our young people are likely to serve in any war, no matter how justified, shall be directly proportional to how they perceive the veterans of earlier wars were treated and appreciated by their nation. I will leave you with this. A veteran is someone who at one point in their life wrote a blank check made payable to the United States of America for an amount up to and including their life. I'd like to thank you all for coming out, and thank you for having me.